Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a 10 of Cups right out of the gate. This is very good. This is the dream life. This is the perfect happiness. This is the picture perfect scenario, right? This is the life that you want to live. This is your dream come true. This is very nice. Let's put that into some context. Let's see what is going on to bring us closer to this kind of a life. Okay, so we're going to do some more cards here. Okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. There is something in your past that you, I think you need to kind of take a look at some of the decisions that you've made in the past. The Queen of Pentacles is always looking at that road, right? The road of the past, the decisions and choices that we've made that have brought us right here to this moment. We've got the Princess of Wands. We've got a 7 of Swords. We've got the Devil energy. We have also a Prince of Cups. There's a lot of court cards going on here already. We got a 9 of Cups. Very nice. We got a 9 and a 10. This is what it's all about, right? Trying to live our dream life, live our best life. This is the pursuit of happiness. This is the following of our bliss. If that is our bliss, this is us following it. Okay? If this is our ideal happiness, this is us working toward achieving that, living the life that is that. Because really, the secret is it's all about the doing, not the having. So it's not about this goal that we want to attain, because this is some ideal that we set up as our picture-perfect life. This is us actually living that life with all of its ups and downs. I mean, it's a 9, it's not a 10. Right? The best we can maybe get, like a 9.5, which is, for all intents and purposes, pretty perfect. We've got an 8 of Wands, and finally the Empress. Look at that Empress card. Beautiful energy at the end. This is really, I think a lot of changes are happening in your life right now, especially with this Devil card up here. I feel like you're going to experience a surge of ambition, right? I feel like there's suddenly going to just dawn on you this excitement and this lust and this readiness to tackle these challenges and to start climbing this mountain. And I think there is something in the past that you have to learn, either a lesson from or something related to this 7 of Swords, right? With the 7 of Swords is sometimes a communication blockage. There might be some sort of a past relationship or a past situation of some kind that you have to kind of recapitulate, let go of. We need this kind of, we need a release of some of this energy that's over here, okay? And I really feel like getting over, I don't know what this is, if this is a family member, maybe it has to do with, it could be a sibling, okay? But I feel like there's some sort of communication blockage. And I feel like once we let go of that or resolve it or clear it up in some way, it's no longer affecting us emotionally. We've got this 4 of Cups here. And then it really allows us to unleash our creativity and get over to our paradise. This is our land of milk and honey here with this Empress card. Okay. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot. And we will just set it down over here. We're going to put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us our confirmation. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put a prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise of intuition. All right. I think it'll be fun. Let's look around at what we've got here. We've got these two major arcana cards right up at the top. We've got this Devil card. We've got this Empress. And the Devil card is kind of that ambition to climb the mountain. And of course, the Empress is that life or that state of living that's waiting for you at the top of this mountain. So I don't know if this is kind of a surge of career-related ambition, if it's just spiritual energy, creative energy, if this has something to do with relationships or family. But I feel like it's something you have to kind of process and let go of. And once you do that, it really allows you this freedom, right? It allows all of this creative energy and ambition to just come kind of surging out of you, okay? And the person that we're talking about, I can't really get a strong read on them yet. I don't know if it's somebody that has passed. I don't feel like they've passed, because when people have passed, I'll usually get a more clear picture of who they are, who they were. I feel like this is someone still living. I feel like it's a sibling or a family member that maybe there's not been any contact for a while. I feel like there was some sort of a falling out that you had with that family member. Okay, and I feel like, I don't know why, it has something to do with text messages, that either you sent them something that wasn't meant for them, or they sent something to you that was, I don't know if they were talking about you, but there was just a mix-up with the text messages, right? And there was and that kind of, now there's like this silence between the two of you, yeah. I think it's mostly a misunderstanding here with the Seven of Swords, but I feel like the resolution of that is going to bring you a lot of, it's going to free up a lot of energy, you know? So we've got our two major arcana cards. We have some fire. We have quite a bit of water here in this card too. We have a little bit of air and a little bit of earth. The earth card right here in the center does tell me that you're hanging on to something from the past, okay? And I don't know what exactly that was that had happened, but I feel like it is getting in the way of you really achieving your ultimate goal, your happy dream life, you know. The Ten of Cups, let's start with that. This is everything and anything that you could want in life, okay? This is you with really a clear picture of what you want in your future, what you want your life to be. Right? This is the card of ultimate fulfillment. Everything that you want is in this card. And this is kind of the depth of meaning. It's not just physical things. It's not just money and clothes and cars and all this stuff. It's the meaning and value behind all of that. Okay? The physical details are just vessels of the meaning that we put into those vessels. Okay, the meaning that we put into those objects and those activities. All right, and really with that, it could be any activity, any random. You could be just digging a ditch. That could be the activity that has the most meaning and value to you. All right, and that's the happy life. You know, I'm sure you have more specific things that you want as part of your Ten of Cups, but I feel like there's something holding you back from that. There's this issue with this, it feels like a family member. And it kind of feels, it feels like there's something that needs to be talked about. There's something that needs to be brought up. Something needs to be resolved between the two of you. I don't know if it's a sibling. It could be a cousin. It could be a friend, really. But I feel like they are contemporaries to you. It's someone about the same age as you. They might be a water sign person. And I feel like there's something that doesn't sit well with you. Something has left a bad taste in your mouth with them. And I think it's because of that mix up with the text message. It was meant for someone else, but it got to you. You didn't like what it said. Something along those lines. And now there's this kind of, we just don't really care for that person as much anymore. There's just something there now, you know. And I feel like that needs to be cleared up, because I feel with the Prince of Cups here that there is a kind of a logical explanation for things, or there will try to be kind of a logical explanation, but it's one of those things that happened and there's really no explaining it away. It's just a matter of expressing how you feel, and I guess assessing the other person's authenticity. If they come at you and they seem authentic, they seem real, they seem like they're apologetic, they realize they made a mistake or whatever it is, you'll have the ability to kind of validate that, but also to choose if you accept that. If you can sense that they're being authentic or if it just seems like a bit of a charade, you know. And I don't know if this is the person with the back issue. Somebody's got some spinal difficulties. I don't think it's muscle. I think it's the actual spinal column. I don't know if they have discs that are fused together or if there was some sort of accident. But I feel like there's somebody that has the spinal issues. Yeah, it might be this person. The Princess of Wands down here beneath the surface. This is that ambition in you that is starting to really swell up. This is the creative energy that wants to be unleashed. This is kind of, in some ways, this is manifesting as anxiety, I think. But this is like, this is that part of us that just wants to go and run wild. Get into trouble, just do reckless and dangerous things. Very impulsive, right? The idea comes to you, it feels like a good surge of energy and you just do it, right? There's no filter with this card. And this is kind of that, it's like that point we're getting closer and closer and closer to just letting loose, running wild, you know? And I think that you're trying to kind of keep this contained a little bit. So it's almost like there's this feeling of, we really need to express this energy, we really need to do something, but there's something that's preventing us from kind of opening up, you know? And I feel like it's this situation. And I feel like this Princess of Wands energy is transmuted into this devil energy. And what I mean by that is the Princess of Wands is earth of fire. And to me, this is very impulsive. This is, again, you get that idea, you get that impulse, immediately it becomes behavior. Well, what we see with the devil card is similar, because this is also fire and earth, right? It's the cardinal earth energy. So this is very much impulsive and then manifesting as behavior, right? But this is major arcana. This is kind of under a higher authority here. And I think it's the Empress authority. To me, this is the same kind of impulsive energy where there's the will and then there's the action with no filter. But this is pointing up the right mountain, right? You're channeling a lot of this energy into all the right things. Okay, so again, it could be some sort of work or career ambition. It could be a creative surge with whatever projects you're working on, whatever you do with your time, you know. I feel like this is you really understanding which mountain is worth climbing right now and having all of your resources, internal resources, freed up to climb this mountain, to get to your 10 of Cups, get to that Empress energy, get to that paradise life, you know. But there's this blockage that we see on the horizontal with this other person, whoever they are. That's something that's holding you back a little bit. All right, just enough to where this fire energy, the fire and earth energy here, fire and earth energy here, are kind of threatening to manifest in ways that are not the healthiest. Right? This is kind of a frustration, really. I was saying anxiety, but maybe frustration is the better word. There's a frustration here because we have a lot of this fire in us, but there's just this conflict that's kind of lingering, that's preventing us from finding the right outlet for this creativity, for this fire energy. Okay. Like I said, the Queen of Pentacles here, no, the cat's coming up here. The Queen of Pentacles is the energy that always looks at the past. And this is, to me, saying you can see that this person's always looking at that long and winding road. All of the choices that you made to get right here, right now, I think there's one spot in the road in particular, there's one pothole back there that you just keep staring at. and it's just bugging you, bugging you, bugging you. I don't know how long ago this was. I think not more than a few months, if that. But I feel like we're having a difficult time turning our face toward the future because it's just eating at us, this thing. Right? This person, this event, this conversation, this text message mix-up or whatever it was. I feel like it's kind of, it's one of these things where you kind of want to have the last word. You want to be able to express how you really feel about the situation. But there's maybe something in your mind that just says, no, it's better to not open up that can of worms, right? But with the Seven of Swords, it feels like as much as you try to focus on your work, these things keep coming in and your mind just starts to distract you by these things. You try to focus on your work, and then before you know it, you're thinking about this person and you're thinking about what happened, and maybe you're reading the text message again. It feels like it keeps coming back up. So something needs to be transmuted here. Something needs to be dealt with in order to free yourself of this kind of worry, this kind of frustration. Yeah. Let's go to the path of the serpent here. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it really does help out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. We're going to start with the Nine of Cups down here, and this is your general energy. This is, I think, when we're free from this situation on the kind of horizontal, right, you hear my cat confirming all of this. When we're free of this, and we start realizing that all of our fire that's in us is transmuted, is channeled upward, right, into these kind of, these kind of like life-changing projects and goals and aspirations. That's really that's the best life that you're living, right? That's the pursuit of your happiness. When we're stuck here going this way, it's almost like we're just stuck at a checkpoint. We're stuck at a roadblock where we want to just keep traveling upwards. So the Nine, I think there is a lot of really, really good things coming to you in your life. As soon as we can free up this energy from this past, I don't know if maybe it's an ex or something, right? It could be an ex. I was feeling family member or friend, but it could be a lover or like an ex. Once we free ourselves from that burden, from that frustration, I think you're going to find a lot more joy and happiness and prosperity in everything that you're doing. Okay. I feel like I feel like a lot of really good things are going to start coming into your life because we're focused on those now. We're focused on the positive. We're focused on the future. We're focused on what we're doing and what we're building and where we're going rather than on that thing that happened back there. Yeah. And so this is now the river is flowing forward and we're flowing with the river. And this is going to be really nice. I feel like a lot of incredible changes are going to start taking place once we free ourselves of that energy, that past thing. I don't know exactly what that was. In the environment, we do have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups in the environment is, on the one hand, it feels like it's the freedom from this situation, but it's not satisfaction really, right? It's just a four. It's stable. It's secure. It's out of the storm. Okay, it still needs a direction. This is a ship that it's gotten free of the stormy weather, but now it needs to figure out where to go. It needs to raise the sails and it needs to go. But this is a really good start. This is your heart being able to relax. Because we've let go of whatever this situation was. This is a big sigh of relief. This is an emotional relief. Okay. And this is kind of the first thing that needs to happen, But this is a situation where you're not going to walk away feeling great about it, You're not going to walk away just euphoric and it's blissful. No, you're going to walk away probably still feeling a little crappy, but you'll feel free of it. Right. And maybe this is literally something like a breakup that has happened. Maybe there was some infidelity. Maybe there was some maybe there was some deception. The Seven of Swords could be a lot of things, but it's something that you are still kind of focused on, right? So letting go of that really frees you up. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to walk away. Again, I'm going to emphasize this. You're not going to walk away feeling just blissed out about it, right? It's still going to suck, but at least you're free of it. That's the Four of Cups. It's stability. It's better than being in the storm, but it's a card that says, okay, now what? Now we've got to take the next step. This is a temporary stability. We got away from the storm. Good. Now let's go. And we're talking about boats. Well, we've got the creative sails right here. See that rainbow? That is your sail. And your fire energy, which is this one, is pushing this sail right toward your best life. Okay? I kind of feel like it's a fresh start in a way. I don't know if you're going to be moving or something like that. I feel like you're a very good communicator, right? I feel like this other person's not. And so whatever had happened there probably could have been resolved a lot quicker if they were kind of more willing to communicate, right? And so that's part of the frustration too, is just that they're not, for whatever, they're either unwilling or unable to have like a grown-up conversation about something, right? And so that's leading to a lot of frustration too. And maybe that's even more frustrating than what actually happened, okay? So with the Eight of Wands, this is really you choosing those paths that are going to put the most. This kind of looks like a solar sail, right? On like some of those spacecraft mock-ups that you see. It's the rainbow is our sail, and our creative fire energy, our spiritual will, is the energy pushing the sail forward right into our best life, right into our paradise. Yeah, right into our paradise. And so this is really a lot of this creative energy. And sometimes the Eight of Wands does tell me that there's a lot of anxiety in the room, okay? Especially when we get these two cards together. Because sometimes this is like we have so much of this fire energy that we don't know which way to go. We go this way a little bit, and we go back to the center. We take 2 steps this way, and then 2 steps back to center. And we're just going forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. We spend a lot of energy. We exert a lot of force, but we don't actually go anywhere, right? 2 steps this way, 2 steps back, and we're right back where we started. And that's why these kind of lightning bolts, these creative, fiery lines are going in every direction of the compass, right? Because this is kind of saying, look, you need to unify your will and go in one direction. The energy that would push your sail right into your Empress energy, right into your best life, your paradise, your happiness, is being kind of wasted going a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. Okay. So it kind of is this, the need for focus now. And I think really what it is the energy that's being wasted on this situation, whatever it is, that can be redirected forward or upward, right, into our kind of rainbow sail here, and can lead us, can pull us or push us, whatever, to our Empress energy, to that kind of best life thing, you know. And so this, yeah, I feel like you have a lot of opportunities. I feel like your creative energy is very diverse. I feel like you have a lot of talent, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you play multiple instruments, if you also can act, you can sing, maybe you can dance a little bit, you can do impressions, you can do stand-up comedy. I feel like you've got a lot of talents, yeah. And I feel as if there's been a lot of starts and stops, yeah. I feel like you have... there's been not a lot of like finishing of things lately. Okay. And I think it's because of this. I think really it's you get started on something, you're going good, and then you just start dwelling on that thing again. On that situation. Yeah. And so we're right back in the middle. Yeah. So I feel like freeing ourselves from that is really going to bring a lot of changes into your life. Okay, a lot more of an ability to focus your creative energy on kind of 1 or 2 or 3 projects at a time, right? A lot more concentrated, a lot more focused. Yeah. And all of your energy can go in that direction. And it's about knowing, again, with the 10, we got to kind of know where we want to go. This is the kind of paradise that you want to sail toward. And this is you actually sailing there and arriving there, right? Sailing into the bay and hopping out of your boat and running ashore and being greeted with open arms. This is really, really beautiful. This is your happiest life. And this is important too, the Empress energy. This is, I'm getting it. Who's the D name person? Is it David? Don, Donald? I'm getting a DA, David, Dave, something like that. This is a life that will give back to you in equal measure to what you give to it, right? If you nourish and take care of this, it will nourish and take care of you. Okay? And again, this isn't an object, this isn't literally a place, right? This is a way of life. This is the experience of living, right? Energy is not static. Energy is not we're not objects, right? We are energy that's flowing, always interacting with the environment, with each other, with ourselves. We're energy in motion, always in motion. And so this is that kind of interaction that we have with the universe. And it is one that is intensely satisfying and brings joy, right? Just no bounds to this joy. It's absolute bliss, right? But also remember the lesson of the Four of Cups too, which is that we get out of the storm and it doesn't mean that we've arrived in paradise yet. And all along this journey, there are going to be other storms that you will have to navigate, either going through them, going around them, whatever it takes, right? So it's kind of silly to think that once we achieve a certain state of, whatever, spiritual evolution or enlightenment, that suddenly we're never going to have another bad day. That's not the measure of spiritual awakening, right? Because we are going to have bad days. There's going to be things that happen to us that we kind of wish wouldn't happen, right? We're all going to get a flat tire now and again, okay? The point is, how do you react to that? Are you able to let that go, like we see here, or are you clinging to this, and is it going to bug you for the rest of the week, the rest of the month, right? And I think that maybe is something that happens with you, that there's something inconvenient or worse or really tragic that happens, right? I mean, there are negative things that impact us in different degrees. Some things are very, very minor. You get a mosquito bite. Okay, it's annoying, but other things, we lose a loved one, we lose a relationship or something. Those take a little bit longer to let go of. The mosquito, you might forget about the mosquito in 5 minutes, right? Well, maybe not, because they can itch. But the loss of a loved one or the loss of a relationship might take years for us to really let go of and to reclaim that energy. It doesn't mean we're forgetting the person. It doesn't mean that we're blocking out that experience and that memory. No, it's still part of us. But we've reclaimed that creative spiritual energy. All right. Let's look at the mystery card, Leo. Let's see what this is all about. I would really love to see a 9 or a 10 of cups again. Right? I would love to see a 9 or a 10 of cups again. I would really love to see a Knight of Pentacles to kind of partner up with our Queen of Pentacles. I would love to see another Empress card. If you have a prediction here, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. Well, we've got a 7 of Pentacles. And I think a 7 of Pentacles is good because this is the reminder that it is work. Life is work. Life is a lot of planting and tending and waiting, right? We plant the seed, we tend the garden, we pull the weeds, we water it, we nourish it, and then we just kind of wait. Right. And then it's not, you don't plant a seed and then 5 minutes later you can pull the strawberries off the bush. It takes longer, right? And this is kind of part of this energy with the Empress, that let's focus more on what we are nurturing rather than what we are taking, what we're receiving from it. You know, let's focus on the work that we're doing, the care that we're putting into our lives, rather than just claiming all the fruit for what we're doing and just, you know, it's like the people that only show up for the harvest, right? They only show up when it's time to drink the wine, and they're not there during the process of planting and tending to the grapes and picking the grapes and whatever, you know, de-stemming the grapes and crushing the grapes and then fermenting the juice. And they're not there through the process. They're just there to kind of to sample the fruits of your labor, right? So let's not be that person. Let's enjoy the process here. Let's be the one that shows up to do the work, right? And not worry so much about the fruits. Again, this is a situation where whatever you put into it, you're going to get that back. Probably tenfold, right? 10 of Cups. But if we're just waiting for the good stuff, it's not going to arrive. We've got to do the work, right? And so this is a card that reminds us to be patient, to be diligent, to not be afraid of hard work, right? Reminds me of a lot of Maynard James Keenan, who makes his own wine, lead singer of Tool, Perfect Circle, Pussifer. It seems like he's got a very good work ethic, right? I did hear that he's a fan of the show. I think he's an Aries, though, but sometimes he checks in on the Leo videos. So shout out to James if you're watching. We show up for the hard work, and then we kind of earn the fruits, the rewards later, you know. And I think this card's a good reminder of that. That it is a journey, and we're not doing this work if we are here in the Queen of Pentacles energy, still connected with this past issue that we can't seem to transmute or let go of. Then that really means we're not here. This is the present, right? Let's look at the 7 of Pentacles as the present. This is the love that we put into the work, not because of, oh, I'm going to get to drink that juicy wine later, for its own sake, for the love that we have for the work itself. This is the present moment. Yeah. And I think we have to get out of this past so that we can get to the present. And then, of course, look at the future that's pretty nice too. All right, so we're going to do an extended reading if you would like to stick around for that. There's a link in the corner. There's a link back there and one down in the video description. New readings for Leo every Tuesday and Saturday. I'm here every day. You can come back, see me tomorrow. We can chat again. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.